'cause you were born with mischief in your eyes and fire in your veins.
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to part 2 of my February wrap-up. So, like I said in the first part, I read 18 total books this month. A lot of them were major page books though, which are pretty much all in this haul, or this part of the wrap-up. You know what I mean. Let's just get into it with the last 9 books I read in February, why don't we? The first one was Evernight by Claudia Gray. I really enjoyed this, but there was a few moments that were confusing me. I'm definitely interested in continuing the series now that, because like, it confused me, but then it got explained or something. I'm definitely going to continue the series, but I only gave this a 4 out of 5 stars, and I really didn't have much to say about it. So I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. Meh. The next book I read was 7 Ways We Lie by Riley Redgate. There is a full review of this on my channel, which I will link down below, but overall I really enjoyed the book, but it was a little bit slow at the start, so I only gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. You're gonna hear the page turn over. The next book I read, if I could grab it, was City of Lost Souls by Cassandra Clare, which is book 5 in the Mortal Instruments series. I loved the action in this one. The epilogue killed me hardcore though. This was an amazing part of the series, and I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I did mention in my wrap-up that any one of these you see, they're 5 out of 5 stars. So, the next book I read was Bloodmark by Aurora Wittet. This is book 1 in the Bloodmark saga. This was a book I got on NetGalley, and there is a full review on my channel for this, which I will also link down below. But, well, this had started out kind of slow and kind of hot and cold. I ended up really enjoying it by the end of the book, so I rated it 4 out of 5 stars, and I did continue with the series. The second book is actually in this wrap-up too. After that, and this is one of the tough ones to get, I read Clockwork Princess by Cassandra Clare. This was just the absolute perfect ending to the Infernal Devices. This was book 3. And this one just killed me. I cried my eyes out by the end of this. This was just amazing, beautifully written. The action in it was amazing. The epilogue just killed me though. It just killed me. I give it a 5 out of 5 stars, and I am very, very excited to read the sequel series to this that is coming out in 2017. Very excited. I don't know if this is the one I found out about it in. No, it was Bane Chronicles. I'll flip to the end and tell you the name of it in a second, because that's the next book I have to review. So, yeah, after that I read The Bane Chronicles by Cassandra Clare, Maureen Johnson, and Sarah Reese Brennan. And by the way, that sequel series to the Infernal Devices is going to be called The Last Hours. Very excited. It's already on my TBR. But I absolutely loved this so much. I loved getting the glimpses into Magnus's life. Some of these stories really made me aww, especially the ones with Alec in it. But I really enjoyed this bridge, because this was a bit of a bridge between the Mortal Instruments and the Infernal Devices too. You have stories that took place in the Infernal Devices realm, but you also had stories that took place in the Mortal Instruments realm, and you actually get a little preview of the last hours in this, because you see Will and Tessa's kids. I know it's a little spoilery, but woo! Yeah. So I loved this, and I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. After that, I read More Happy Than Not by Adam Silvera. This was such a good book. I really was kept guessing the whole time of what was going to happen in this. It's definitely worth the read, and I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. After that, I read Blood Realms by Aurora Wittet. This was book 2 in the Bloodmark saga. This was actually so much better than Bloodmark. It was such a good book. I was drawn in immediately. I was kept sucked in. The action was so good in this one. This one was so much better paced than Bloodmark. This was just overall better. And I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars, and I can't wait to read the third book now. The third book is coming out later this month. And the final book that I have for February overall is City of Heavenly Fire by Cassandra Clare. I actually read this all day Monday. I started it Monday at like noon and finished it at like 11 p.m. Yeah. But this was an amazing ending to The Mortal Instruments. I loved every minute of this book. It was just so amazing. I'm not gonna lie, some parts did have me tearing up, as is freaking always with Cassandra Clare. I cannot wait for The Dark Artifices. I'm getting it the day it comes out on Tuesday the 8th. I am buying it and I am reading it. I don't care what I am reading at the time. It is getting read. The whole 720-page book is getting read in probably a day. Maybe a day and a half. Maybe. But I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars, and I did it finally. I read all of the Shadowhunters books that are currently out. So that is it for this wrap up. I know it's short, but I mean, I really didn't have a lot to say because a lot of these were continuations of series, or yeah. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a huge thumbs up, and I'll see you guys all in my next video. Bye everyone.
'Cause you were born with mischief in your eyes.